All right, guys, we're gonna be reacting to women are furious because men are going their own way. Let's jump in.
A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth.
This group is no different than the KKK.
Damn.
White supremacists.
Wow.
Okay, so this is a cry for help. I'm so sick of not being good enough because I'm not married and don't have kids yet. I personally want a family. But like the thing that literally keeps me up at night, like the thing that I want more than anything in the world is
in the most selfish way possible. Sometimes I do have to look at my friends and think maybe we took being single a bit too far. Maybe we cheered each other on in our singleness a bit too much. Some would even argue that maybe we took feminism too far.
He's supposed to be in Florida right now, and he gave me the money for a ticket.
Wait, so you're supposed to be in Florida right now?
Yes.
What you doing in LA?
I'm meeting up with the guy.
Oh my God.
Bubble.
And you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I have.
So keep going with the story real quick.
So it's
All I am, or all I want, is at least a relationship, a partner, a best friend, someone to live a life with, build a life with.
Be a lesbian. I mean, you want a friend, guys. I mean, you're not with your wife to be friends, guys. That's not your job. There's a hierarchy here. You're the leader of the house, but you're not friends. This is a problem. This is a confusion of what they want. They don't even know what they want.
Kids, the whole shebang.
The MGTOW guys ripped this one. Okay, so I had to look this up. MGTOW stands for Men Going Their Own Way. So apparently
They're afraid of
it's
this
online group of men that promote masculinity, hostility towards women, strong opposition towards feminism, and exaggerated misogyny. First of all, the only time I've ever been ripped was childbirth.
We do not care.
This group is no different than the KKK and white supremacists.
Wow.
These men are mad that women have decentered men from our lives. Men are no longer the center of our lives anymore. We want equality. And how is that bad?
Typical misandrist arguing against something because she doesn't like the idea of men doing what's best for them since it doesn't benefit her. MGTOW isn't about oppression of women. It's about walking away from dating women like you. Let me know what you guys think of that clip in the comments.
A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Quiet quitting was a term that was trending a while ago, where underpaid and undervalued employees started cutting corners and putting in the absolute bare minimum effort into their jobs, working just enough to retain their position. And I couldn't help but notice a parallel to that in the dating society today. Men are at a point where they've become disillusioned with a lot of women because the veil has been lifted. Men are now checking out of relationships that no longer serve as assets to their life, but rather liabilities. Men are seeing the lack of gratitude and minimal to no reciprocity they encounter on a consistent basis from the other side. Unfortunately, we've built a society where men hear terms like toxic masculinity and patriarchal oppression constantly thrown around in public discourse, while they sacrifice at dead-end jobs trying to put food on the table and provide for their families. Men are tired of being gaslit and shamed for their masculinity and nature, and it's making them revolt against the same system that's holding them to unrealistic expectations. They see the complementary balance of the gender shifting way too far, and they're tired of being the main ones holding up their end of the bargain. A lot of women have fallen into the trap of measuring men by impossible standards because their expectations have ballooned from the constant revolving door of Hollywood and free social media validation. Men are struggling to keep up, and they're sick and tired of having to prove themselves over and over and over again just to ensure the love and the loyalty of their woman. Repeated bad decisions and a lack of accountability has incentivized promiscuity while simultaneously breaking down and demonizing traditional gender roles at the expense of long-term synergistic and wholesome relationships between men and women. Masculine men are the guarding walls of our society, and they've done an outstanding job holding it together, even though they've been continuously shamed and ridiculed for the very qualities that make them men. In turn, they ask for recognition for their efforts, yet society has failed to do justice to their sacrifice and perseverance in the face of all their adversities. The relationship dynamic between men and women are supposed to be comprised of a beautiful complementary synergy, not a tug of war where both sides stretch to compete and they stretch themselves thin. This is the unfortunate state of dating and relationships today that many men find themselves in. Women, in their quest for a vain sense of gender equalism, have forgotten what truly makes them attractive to men of caliber. A man wants his woman to be a place of solace and refuge, not another battle he has to fight. But this is the current societal predicament, and as more and more men walk away from relationships, dating, and marriage, they unfortunately are taking with them the most important masculine qualities that women and society inevitably cherish and need.
Which is protection of society. Protection of society. The problem with this is if you get to a point where men don't care, society will crumble. And it's going to be like a domino effect. All these female judges, all these male judges, none of their rulings are going to really matter because men are not going to care to even enforce it. Do you think females are going to enforce? Guys, let's just be honest. You think a female police officer are going to enforce judges' rulings? You think so? Like, at some point, we have to be honest with the simple fact that we cannot be in a position where men don't care anymore. We can't do that.
What is your craziest college confession?
I my ex-boyfriend's best friend just for fun.
Just for fun.
Oh, I all of his friends just for fun.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Sometimes I do have to look at my friends
course,
and think
man.
maybe we took being single a bit too far. Maybe we cheered each other on in our singleness a bit too much. Some would even argue that maybe we took feminism too far because I'm looking around the group and thinking, not even one wedding is on the horizon. Not even that it's not on the horizon. We are actually so single that we are at the point where I wouldn't even go into a shop and pick up an expensive dress and think, I'll save this for a wedding. Like, I cannot think of a single one of my friends who is nearing marriage. And as I said, for entirely selfish reasons, I'm just like...
Females tend to just keep the other females single.
We're gonna need to rectify that because I personally need to be at the weddings in my prime. I need to be at that open bar having my your name moment. Like, it just really does seem like something I'm gonna have to delve into in my 20s, and time is running out. Unfortunately, time is running out. 5 years down, like we are gonna need the weddings to start rolling in. But as I said, I do believe that we have cheered each other's singleness on a bit too much, and I just don't know if I will be seeing a wedding before the decade is out, unfortunately, for me.
What's your name?
Hannah?
That's cute. Check this out. Look. First of all, do you have a boyfriend by chance?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Well, look, if you tell me the crazy secret, a secret your boyfriend's never found out. And if I find it crazy, I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll give you $100 in cash right now if I find it crazy. If not, I'm walking off and I'm posting your secret. You in or you out?
I'm in.
All right, so what's the secret? What's the secret you kept from your boyfriend? And I
Damn.
don't have that many followers, too, so you can tell me anything.
Okay, so I'm supposed to be in Florida right now. And he gave me the money for a ticket.
Wait, so you're supposed to be in Florida right now?
Yes.
What you doing in LA?
I'm meeting up with the guy that I met off of Bumble.
And you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I have a boyfriend.
Damn,
so keep
bro.
going with the story real quick.
So I told him that my grandmother was sick and in the hospital. And I was just like acting really sad over the phone,
Wow.
crying. And
Wow.
He felt really bad. So I got the money from him and then I'm here.
Okay, so this is a cry for help. I
don't even know what to say on that last one. It's so wrong that I don't even know what to say, guys. Seriously, sometimes you have to just let it be, I guess.
just spent my millionth Christmas with my family and my mother asking when I'm gonna get married and when I'm gonna have babies. And I'm so sick of the pressure and of not being good enough because I'm not married and don't have kids yet. I'm over it. So I think by next Christmas, I need to have a family. And that has nothing to do with my mom. I personally want a family. But like the thing that literally keeps me up at night, like the thing that I want more than anything in the world is also the same thing that my mom likes to rub in my face and remind me that I don't have and that I'm getting old and she's concerned just adds to my own anxiety and my own concerns, and I don't need it. So I'm getting kind of desperate.
She's just basically a walking failure. I think the family at this point, I can guarantee before all this, she was probably the favorite, the beautiful one, the chosen one, the one that we give her everything because she looks like a little princess. Now she's just a complete failure. You see how this works? Because she's not bringing value to society, to her family.
What the fuck do I do?
Why is it so embarrassing for some reason to be 27, almost 27 and a half in May, and single? Like, single as all heck. Nothing in my life has gone the way that I thought it would, which is fine. I really never thought I would be this single at 27 when all I am or all I want is at least a relationship, a partner, a best friend, someone to live a life with, build a life with, get married, have kids, the whole shit.
Boring. Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to
The Modern King.
Yeah, and basically a lot of these females, you can't even tell they even slept with women, man. Like, this is crazy. You can tell. You can simply tell. In my opinion, right? I might be wrong. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.